Don't sit in my desk. Don't sit in my desk.
You're going to be probably standing for a while, but you. Somebody can sit here if you want to sit in the desk.
Okay, so some of our most important items that we need in our colony are weapons for attacks. So we have some type of defense system, like we need axes, muskets, cannons, slingshots, swords, pistols.
Some more essential items would be fish nets to help catch fish easier, and then ammunition for the muskets, and then to fight and kill animals.
Some more are clothes for people to cover up and water to stay hydrated.
Some more seeds to make crops. We have corn, wheat, barley, rye, rice, tobacco, pumpkin, squash, and orchards, and livestock.
More medicine to help people with illnesses such as infections and flu. Pots and pans to purify water and develop food. The unknown superior colony was being established in 1658. We are coming from France because we want to establish a colony and get away from the war that was going on in France with the Spanish. We are settling on the edge of Lake Superior because we decided it would be the easy access to resources.
Before we came over from France, we built a boat out of wood. We are bringing 250 people along with us to start our colony. We are traveling all the way up to the Great Lakes waterway to avoid going through the Apathy Mountains.
Our colony consists of houses, a church, a town hall, a doctor's, and many other different buildings. There is 4 lookout towers stationed on each corner of our colony to be prepared for attacks and incoming people from other places. Surrounding our colony, we have tall fences built also for protection.
Our colony has all different types of crops. We have rye, rice, tobacco, wheat, barley, corn, oats, pumpkins, strawberries, blueberries, and squash. Also in our colony, we have different orchards. Our different types of trees are apple trees, cherry trees, pear trees, plum trees, and blackberry bushes. We are using these crops as a food source for us and for our livestock.
We have brought many different animals. We brought horses, cows, pigs, and chickens. We will be riding the horses, butchering the chickens and pigs, and milking the cows. Also settled where we are is the Ojibwe tribe. We've made peace with them so we can have good relations and trade goods back and forth. Our flag, which is on that watchtower over there, what it means, the red means we are free and we can practice the religion we want to. The white star means everyone is equal and we will all work together as one. The blue means we will all support each other and we will not betray one another.
Some of our laws and punishments, do not steal. Your punishment would be 1 hand removed and you get a T branded on your other hand. And then stealing a silver spoon, you'd be put to death.
Some more are kidnapping. The punishment would be a whipping post, and another one's murder, and the punishment would be death.
More taxes must be paid by the time they are due. Punishment is tearing feather. Not going to church, punishment, the whipping post.
Talking back to man, punishment, empty stool. I am a carpenter. A carpenter is a person that is skilled with wood and builds houses, bridges, and fences and furniture.
I'm a barber. A barber is the person who cuts people's hair. They also work with surgery.
I am a bricklayer. They may also be called a mason, a builder and worker in stone.
I'm a saddle maker, a person who makes saddles, and they also work with the blacksmith.
And I'm a farmer. I grow and harvest crops and sell them to the market. Our unknown superior contact. We, the unknown superiors, are coming over on this journey to have free religion and get away from violence. When we get there, we will have laws and punishments. We will all work together as one to have a successful running colony. Our laws were created by all men and women in our colony. Everyone needs to follow these laws or there will be consequences. We have no government, so that means we need to make one. A few people will need to be the civil body politics. They will keep the laws and punishments and determine if they are breaking them. Everyone will obey the laws, and if not, they will be punished.
This is just a diagram of how we got to where we're going. That's it.
Do you want us to talk to you? Ask us. Do you have any questions?
Do you have any questions?
Millions.
I would suggest speaking louder.
Yeah.
Mr. Ladd is pretty loud, so we have to talk over it.
Yeah.
Do you know what would have made them speak louder? If they had any excitement at all about their project.
Yeah, you kind of spoke in a monotone.
I'm pretty certain that all of your pilgrims have died on the way over. Are you guys excited about what you did? Are you proud of what you did?
Yeah.
Awesome! Show us that.
And maybe instead of like writing everything out on your paper and reading from it,
Who's in charge of that? No, kiddo. Which of your kids do you want to be in charge of that time? Say, oh. That is a bold move for a Wednesday morning.
I'm in charge.
You're in charge at 9. Make sure of that.
Can I set an alarm?
You can. Yes. All right. Huh? You cannot impeach her. No.
instead of writing everything down on your paper and reading from it, maybe write some key notes on it, and then you don't have to sit there and read from your paper and look at your paper. You can sit there and you can look at the crowd, and you can like have interaction with us. Because I know with me, just listening to you guys read off the paper, I kind of just get into my own world.
Also, if you're not reading off the paper, it helps help people who read, because if you're reading anything straight down.
Yeah, think about where your voice goes. It goes out there, right?
No, go ahead. Why did you build a model?
Amen. Looks like a great model.
Use the model. That's why I suggested before you presented, you might want to get down on the floor by your model, and you all decided to stand away from your model. Use your model, and then you don't need to use your papers. You've already done the research. You should know your colony like the back of your hand. So get down there and point to things and use it. Don't use your papers.
That might be one of the best models I've seen all these years. It's actually really well done. It's not messy. It's organized. Things look to scale and ratio proportion. We don't have, horses that are taller than the watchtower. Those kinds of things. It's a really well done model.
What's on that paper?
It's drawing that we made, so we know what to put on the column.
How can you explain about that?
The announcements have already been printed, but just let everybody know the menu is Sloppy Joe's, not chicken nuggets.
Well, there's
Menu change today, Sloppy Joe's.
And use your info. What's the name of the war? There was a war that was taking place. You mentioned it between some French people and some Indians.
The French and Spanish.
French and Spanish, is that state of the war?
That's what.
Ah. Was it a declared war?
Yeah.
By whom? Ah.
I have a thing to say. And also, guys, really good with presentations is posture. Like, not being able to point anybody out with the one in the bed. I don't know exactly your name, but how you're leaning on the desk. That's not really good for presentations when you have a good posture. It also helps to speak really loud and clear, too.
That's another thing too. Jeanette said she didn't know your names. You may want to say your names because we haven't done grades before us. We don't know all of you. You didn't give the name of your colony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
What was it?
The unknown superior.
You know, I heard
Superior.
I heard you start with your essential items first, and then you tell us your colony. Would have been a good idea to tell us your colony first, and then start with the rest of your stuff.
Didn't I say essential items of the unknown superior colony?
No, I think,
I don't know. We can go to both videos because we've got it going.
I don't know.
Why 250 people?
Because that's where people get on the boat.
Oh, interesting. That would be good to know. How big is your boat?
I don't know. It can fit, it's big enough to fit 200 people.
Interesting. And you're bringing fruits that won't grow for like a couple, 2 or 3 years. So, did you take that into consideration scientifically?
Some of them.
Some of them?
Like others aren't, and then some of them probably.
You're going to the Upper Great Lakes region? What grows naturally there? I love the phrase, the taxes are due at the time that they're due. What taxes? What are you going to use the money for? Who's going to collect them? Because you don't have the government, right? Right away. So what are the taxes for? And what are these people, how are they going to make money to pay the taxes? Do they get to give a chicken? Which was, it was done, don't laugh, that was, you know.
I do have one question. I don't know if you guys have put this out today, not a period, but what is that tall stick? Well, anyways, in the middle.
The tall one's a whipping post, and so is the short one.
Oh, cool, your punishments.
so what's a whipping post?
Like they tie you up to the post.
So what would you have had to have done to be put on a whipping post?
We said it like kidnapping.
And not going to church.
You say not going to church?
What if you were sick one day?
You said that. Didn't you say that the red is freedom of religion on the flag?
Like we can do the religion and not do it.
But if you don't go, you're going to get whipped.
But what if you
don't get sick. It's so hard to call me.
You only have one church in your colony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what religion are you?
Lutheran.
So you're not letting anybody else come in? If you're not Lutheran, you're not welcomed there?
Lutheran and Catholic. They're like, no.
So where's the Catholic church?
Well,
You have to
it's,
share the church.
yeah, we were sharing the church.
What's the building with the rocks on top?
The blacksmith and saddle maker.
I like the detail, and maybe it's just me, and you can play along if you didn't actually intend it to be that way. But usually the church was the tallest building in town. I like that detail. You intended that, did you not? I thought so. Yeah, that's a great model. Is that a bonfire pit?
No, it's a well.
It's a well. Oh, it says well. Will all of your crops grow where you're going?
I think so.
Try that again. I'm gonna do
Yes.
this again. Okay, that's a much better answer.
Why do you have your animals in the middle?
Because that was called the town common.
Okay, I have to ask you, are the animals not going to be defecating into the stream where they get the water? Or washing, or bathing?
You know,
Isn't
pooping
that
into the
slippery?
water, peeing into the
Pooping,
water.
yes. Doing their business?
I don't know. Well, how the, that's just how it's clean.
Did you wanna drink that water after you do?
Well, we're not drinking out of that. We're drinking out of the well.
All of them? Everybody in town? All 250 people?
The actual water.
And the actual water? The stuff over here?
Yeah.
Can I ask you what's draining into the actual water?
That.
The animals are pooping and what's draining into the actual water that they'll be drinking?
This is like. I don't know what to say.
Where's your horse gonna poop? In the middle, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't just stay there. God bless water.
Well,
It moves.
but yeah, but then it's like, I don't know.
Do you think between there and the actual water it will just
No.
disappear? Yeah, it's something we have to be concerned with, right? They tell you not to pee uphill. I feel old right now. Pee into the wind. Don't pee in the wind either. What are you most proud about in this project? What are you most proud about?
Everything.
Everything. No. Give me something.
Just like on
Your model.
the, yeah.
Do you now see, and I think that's probably really well done. I know it's really well done. Yet you avoided it, right? Ignored it? Were you guys looking at this while they were talking? Or were you looking at them?
I was like, Justine, spacing out a little bit. Did you say something?
Is Emma the
Yeah.
only one who answers questions for you guys? I've heard Kristen answer a question yet.
Morning, Tristan.
What's your guys' labor system?
Or what?
Your labor system? You know, labor system? Do you have a labor system? Ooh, we talked about this, didn't we, Senator? Did. In detail with both groups.
You have slaves?
No.
Everyone has to work in the colony to be able to get, like, everyone has to help harvest the crops to be able to get some.
What year did you say this was built?
1658.
Where's all the street lamps with the light, electricity and stuff?
We didn't have
You hung around me
electricity.
too much. Say that again,
So
Tristan.
we didn't have electricity.
Try to turn that up.
So if you don't have slaves, do you have a different type of labor source? You said everybody's doing the work?
Everyone has to work with us.
When people start stealing their crops, more of it.
And then get in trouble.
But you don't find out. How do your crops get watered?
We take it to them.
Are you just old?
You see all those little details?
What about your defense?
But that's why we have lookout towers to see if people are coming.
Who are you afraid that's gonna come?
Slaves.
And what if they do come?
John Wayne would tell you that a wood fence is not going to come.
You got a big opening.
Well, it's supposed to like look like it's closed, like it
clothes.
I can see that. You're pretty open by the water, though. Is that intentional? Or did you run out of popsicles?
Kind of half and half.
Okay.
So if you settled in 1658, are you the first, you're French, right? Are you the first French people in the area? Or are there other people already in the area?
Like in the Great Lakes area.
You're the first French people in the Great Lakes area?
No, but like where we settled, no. There was other French people that came there before we did.
Can you tell me the dominant language in Canada today? There's a reason I ask.
What language do you guys speak in your colony? If you speak French in your colony, how can you speak French?
Yeah, you have spent too much time.
Did you say that you didn't have a government?
Not right away.
Okay, so who's gonna run your colony if you don't have a government?
We decided that when we got over here.
Okay, but you're already here, you've already established, you built your colony, who's running your colony?
Like a group of people.
Who?
Like a group of people that we choose, kind of.
How are you gonna choose
And then
them?
otherwise everyone else will still get to decide on laws and stuff.
So everyone's deciding on your laws and your punishments and stuff like that? So how are they gonna do that?
Like everyone comes together to decide things.
So is it like the Gilmore Girls where you've got a town meeting kind of a thing?
I know.
So are you giving men and women equal say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be your colony.
1650 from the French.
Can you tell us a law that was, that a previous colony actually had? In punishment?
Did you say?
Can you tell us of a law and a punishment that a previous colony actually had?
One of them is
Talking back to your married or husband.
Talking back to your husband, so what
Yeah.
would be the punishment?
Dunking Steve.
Oh, what you just said you didn't force the gender colony.
That
was the past.
Yeah, like a previous,
Like an actual one.
yeah, a real law.
I like the Duncan. Me too. She floats. Witches float. Sorry.
Your design plan, did it change at all? And why? I can't read your minds, guys.
Well, we decided to put like grow our trees like in the front, like by the water for storm protection,
It's kind of like, we kind of made it like a shelter belt, kind of.
like by the water.
So that's kind of some more protection that we had.
So that's the only thing that you changed throughout your whole entire project was the trees? Or,
Well, we added the whipping posts.
And we were gonna have like an irrigation system go through our crops, but we like, couldn't do that
how come?
because we did it backwards and put the dirt on, and then realized we couldn't paint over the dirt.
Could you have done something else to show though that it was an irrigation
Kinda,
system?
but we thought that we'd be able to just carry the water through it, since it's not really that big of a.
I like that your seeds are the actual seeds. That's very nice detail.
Did you intend to leave your colony, like, I agree with Mr. Snyder, it's very detailed and whatnot, but did you intend to leave it like the bottom part bare, like no grass, no, I mean, what is that supposed to represent? Like it being bare?
It's really not to represent anything, we just
Is it a grassy area? Is it a dirt area?
both by the sand, grass,
How come none of the buildings have roofs like the church and the town hall?
probably for just houses, like places for people.
What side of Lake Superior are you on?
We're on like where Duluth is.
It's like at the end of Lake Superior.
The end of it. Geography.
What's this white thing?
Oh, my house.
Like a what? I'm sorry, say that again.
Well, it's a lighthouse, but it's just like the color, so that they know like where it is. It would usually be like farther out. But like a buoy for like ships, like for trading things.
Can you define a lake for me?
Do you say at the end know what's going on? Because these two seem to be answering all the questions and you're quiet.
But those three occasionally will roll their eyes at their answer.
If you don't agree with their answers, then get in there and answer.
I have also noticed something. Why is your one guard tower over here in the water? How is that gonna work?
It's not supposed to be in water, but you're supposed to have like it's supposed to be on the edge of the land, so it's as close to the land. It's not actually supposed to be.
And that's the drawing of this before? Can we see the drawing?
Yeah, with your drawing, with your plans, but right before you present, you should add a little color to it so people in the crowd can actually see it too. That helps a lot.
Make your words darker on there and list your outlines for sure, because I can't read it from here.
Is there a reason that we need to see it? That right there, is there a reason we need to see it as an audience? No, I'm asking that.
Well, if you want to see what we changed, then yeah.
Like our thoughts, like before we did research and stuff.
Of what we wanted it to look like.
Were you supposed to have any other model of your revisions for this assignment that you could have printed off that might have been easier to see?
Yeah.
Put it on the whiteboard.
Did you have something else?
Yes.
Okay.
So can someone explain what that would be? Kristen, what was it?
What was our colony drawing?
Like, they don't know what it means.
Explain,
You're
yeah,
telling the
explain
drawing.
what your
Oh.
assignments was.
We talked in technology, we had to do what we were doing for our colony, and if we changed anything, we would have to change it on there, and have it because we have it.
Like, what did you have to do? What were you actually doing? They don't have any clue of what that is.
Doing shapes and things.
Okay, what did you use?
Oh, Google Drive.
Google what?
Drive.
Just Drive? No.
Say Google Drive.
Say it louder.
Help him out, crew.
Google Drawing.
Google what?
Drawing.
Right. Me and Google Drawing have a love hate relationship. Because I'm not patient. I like the elf. Eating the crop. Oh.
How come he's not
there's
the
an
rest
elf.
of the animals?
Because it was just a wild animal there.
Oh, the elf.
The gate's wide open, that's why I got it. Why is the gate swinging like that? How are you gonna close it?
Well, you ran out of hospital things, so we have to do something.
Still, how are you gonna close it? I mean, like, are there gonna be a bunch of, like, that gate's gonna be pretty,
Oh, good call. You're thinking of the
like,
construction.
yes.
Yeah, I was like, Delaney, come on, people, shut it.
I was already slacking. Are you slacking? Wow. I'm asking you to
What kind of weather do you think you're going to encounter here?
Why is there a wild elk roaming around the pond?
Just ask a question for you.
It's inside the gates. So it's probably a pet, right?
I don't know, I asked the same question.
Oh, some deception.
He is definitely your brother. So what was their answer to you?
I don't think he's leaving. They're like, because it is or something there.
That's girls. That's girls. Why is one roof colored and the rest not? Is it you color or is this Alex color?
We ran out of popsicle sticks, so we didn't have any other options.
Oh, I'm asking about
I'm sorry. It's the artiste in
I'm
her.
sorry. I have to.
You did a lot of things right. You really did. You did a lot of things right.
I would like to see more on your actual histories. Like more detail in your histories.
Ask them, not me. I did not put the presentation together.
Everything is right there. He's like,
Kristen, one of those like loggy things.
yeah, so I was just asking about her.
Right houses. Like the same thing as the white one. So that, like, there's also supposed to be like farther out.
Like, we have so many of those. We're gonna have books. Do you ever get doc or anything?
It's that brown.
Oh, I thought that was like a little book or something.
What are you gonna do if the lake floods? Because the crops are pretty close to it, so it's gonna be closed.
Honestly, we do a house and then probably.
Do you know why I asked what side of Lake Superior you're on? Snowfall, wind. Like in South Dakota, if you live on the east bank of the Madison River, you get 70-mile-per-hour winds all the time, not just during storms. If you live on the east side, sorry, I'm gonna screw that up. If you live on the east side, you're getting those winds. If you live on the west side, you don't. So some of that will go into construction. Snowfall, snow effect off of a river. Your houses may be covered.
What side did you guys say you lived on?
You said you lived on the end.
You tell Fiona.
She got snazzy.
I didn't even have to write that down.
You guys got any weapons ready to go in case you have a surprise attack? Like right away?
Do you have a standing army?
What weapons can that?
Put it up on the stairs. What about disease? We can get diseases.
Medicine.
Medicine. 58?
Yep.
Leeches. Bleeding out, maybe.
That one thing that they know. I got this.
Chicken noodle soup?
Chicken noodle soup. But you just told us you just have carpenter, barber, bricklayer, saddle maker, and a farmer.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Is
gonna
that
say
it?
about doctor.
Did you say that?
We don't know that because from here I can't see what's on there.
Why
don't you guys come up and demonstrate?
So what other industries or jobs do you have besides what you told us?
Just a doctor. That's it.
Well, and then the blacksmith and saddle maker.
But that's, we said.
Didn't you guys say that the barber was also the surgeon? Or did-
And do you know why that wouldn't have been an incorrect statement? Well, the barbers were often the surgeons, although surgery was not that.
Barbers were
Yeah.
oh dear Lord.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's like putting November as a brain surgeon.
Accidental.
I'm just gonna take this out because they're on color.
Did you guys practice your presentation before you did this?
A little bit.
A little bit? Oh.
What is a little bit?
Not very much. Like the time.
I know you guys have been told since you were little to look at your audience a lot. The places you can do that are those things where you're saying phrases that are just naturally finished by us. Like lions and tigers and bears, oh my, because you know what's coming. Pots and pans. You could look up on pans, right? Pots and pans. Those kinds of things. So you look for those phrases that are naturally memorized already in our heads because we've heard it so often. Because I really wanted to see your eyes and some excitement. And more than one sheet of paper will have. Or none.
anything else, guys? Any other questions?
How nervous is the next week?
You know all the answers to the questions.
At least they should have about it.